Hi, everyone. Welcome to another California Psychics Facebook and YouTube Live. We are simulcasting on both platforms. I'm so excited to have everyone here. I am with Psychic Kerrigan, and we have a special guest, Amy Groves, and she'll be getting a reading from Kerrigan so everyone can see what a reading is like if you've never had one before. Kerrigan, Amy, how are you both doing?
I'm good. I'm very excited. I'm nervous and I'm excited.
Well, I think everyone's a little nervous on readings. I think that's very typical. So it's a good emotion to have. And Kerrigan, how are you?
Oh, great. Thank you so much. It's always fun to see you and the most people.
Awesome. Some ground rules for everyone that may not have been here before. I know we have a lot of new people that join us every week. But we will be taking questions from the audience on the second half of this hour-long time we have together. I'll take a couple of questions at the beginning, but then Amy's going to jump in to get her reading. She has questions lined up for Kerrigan, and I know a lot of people, they might not know like what happens in a psychic reading, like what's it all about. So this is a firsthand experience to see, what that is, the type of questions you might want to ask. And if you're interested, we have a promo code at the that'll come a little later that you can use if you're a new customer to get $5 added on to your account. Very excited for that. And without any further ado, I'll take a question from the audience to get us started. And we'll go from there. Let's see. Alexis Urban says, any information for my mom, Jessica? Do you see me moving?
First, Alexis, sorry. Yes, I do see you moving, but I feel like it's more toward the end of August going into September timeframe. Mom, any information from mom? I really need first names to tune in to the spirit realm. It's so important.
Jessica there.
Oh, Jessica, thank you. Yeah. Okay, let me see here. Three people that you have been, they're all talking. It's so much gossip. Just you're saying this to this person's telling it to the other person. It's not going to stop. Mom says keep your lips zipped. Be very, very cautious in what you're saying to people, and tread lightly with your words, and don't divulge all of the information. You don't have to tell everybody every emotion that you're feeling because they're flipping it on you. It's a whole bunch of, I call it like birds in a tree, just tweedledum, they're all just talking. So you have to be very careful with all the information that you're putting out there, because the other thing is too, that there are some people here that in your vibe here that are they're for you, but then there's some that don't want to see you succeed. So if they start to hear and feel certain energy about you succeeding, and she doesn't deserve that, so that sends that energy out there, and that could trip you up. So just keep it zipped. Keep your ideas, your inspirations, your goals, your plans zipped. Keep them to you. And a cat, if you have a cat, love cats. Seriously, that was a little joke about the cat thing, but seriously, you have to keep your information very close to you. You don't want anybody trying to mess anything up for you, but you will be moving. Mom is definitely looking out for you. I don't feel like she's left your side. I feel actually she's swimming in now more, because you are getting ready to make that major transition and change. So she will be working with you. She'll be walking with you. If you have any overwhelming gut type deal feelings, anything that you think that you hear that you want to discount, do not discount that. Don't. Just make sure you're paying attention and you're very keen to all five of your senses at this point in time.
That's interesting. That is an example of what we're going to do at the second half of the show, the episode. But without any further ado, I am going to leave Kerrigan and Amy for Amy's reading. And as soon as I pop off, Amy, if you just want to get started with your first question, go ahead.
Okay, so I was wondering, it was really close to the same question. Is there a move in my future? And will that move be a good decision for our daughter's school?
Okay. Now, what's your daughter's first name?
Cassidy.
Cassidy. Well, right now, what they're showing me is you have a lot of support to move. You could go anywhere on the earth really and move, and I feel like it would be good. You just, as long as you get out of the environment that you're in, because it's no different from what I'm feeling here and here. It's no different than you've already graduated this course of life. It'd be silly for you to repeat the course. You see what I'm saying? So moving forward, yes, but I do feel very, very strong connection for whatever reason to the East Coast for some reason, with maybe the way that you're swinging to move, to gravitate, to actually go toward. But yeah, your prayers will be answered. I do see them being answered. But for Cassidy's school, she's going to adapt. You've raised a strong child. I mean, you've got an artsy child. You've got a strong child. You've got a child that thinks outside the box, very analytical, but doesn't take any crap. So I don't feel like Cassie's going to have any issues with like adjusting to new academics or anything like that. It's just, don't procrastinate, Amy. If you're going to do it, rip the Band-Aid off and do it. You know what I mean? Don't have everything lined up and revising your plan over and over and over again, because I see you scratching it down on paper, because you can type great, but I see you also writing things down too a lot, which is going to, get your mind more in gear of how you want to do it, the bigger picture, kind of like one of those oh gosh, what do you call those back in the day? We used to use them in the 90s. Those boards.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can see that part of it too, with the 3-ring binder and all that stuff, and with the Velcro and stuff. Yeah, I can see that. But it's you have, once you have the plan and you feel good about the plan, there's really no reason to revise it. There's not, because you can revise and revise and revise all day long, and it's not going to get you moving. You know what I mean?
Right. Because that's just crazy that you said that, because I do live on the East Coast and my daughter's transitioning into high school. So it's a kind of a big time. With the other option that we had was me going back to school. Does that look like a good idea for me?
So what are you thinking about studying? Let's look at that first.
I don't know, but
Okay.
I never finished it to begin with. And I've always wanted to go back. I just never did. And it feels like it should be a good time, but at the same time, it might be too overwhelming.
It's a balance that you're going to have to juggle. It is, because you're moving, adjustments, what you do now, how you reach people, how you help people that way. But I do feel, yes, this time next year, start getting your ducks lined up and for you to do education. Absolutely 100%. The way I say it is like this. When we go to a buffet and we get that one small plate, then we pile everything on top of it. You don't want to do that to yourself, because it's going to fall on the floor before you get to the table. You know what I mean? You don't want that to happen either. So plan more of, I really strongly feel like the spirits are saying more of this time next year, go ahead and jump into the studies for you. And I'll tell you what, once you do, you're going to be good at what you do. There's going to be so many new doorways opening up for you. But I don't feel like it would be like mental health or anything like that. But I do feel like it's something that has to do with marketing. And I do feel like it's something that has to reach a whole earth, like many, many different people on the earth. That's what I feel like your niche is. That's what you're supposed to be doing. And if you can pick up a few things from a couple of professors, a couple of different students, that's even more knowledge that you're going to have to be able to reach the masses. So yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. It truly is a very good thing for you to do it. Just focus on moving, focus on Cassidy getting into school, because you're going to have to make new friends in a new community. You're going to have to be involved in community things. You know what I mean? So those are big things. Those are big deals that you have to do first. But if you want to do online, part-time maybe, but you got to look at financial aid with that,
So with the move, does it seem like our family is going to be bigger? Does it seem like we're going to have more life around us?
I love these questions. Let's see here. Gosh darn it, I'm trying to figure out the best way. Hold on. Let me see if my angels can help me here real quick. So the dreams that you have, the dreams that you've been having, the visual dreams, because this is how I can say this to you. The visual dreams that you've been having, they are going to manifest, but your dreams are going to be a lot bigger. I know you've been dreaming about bigger family. I can see it. I clearly can see it. So all I can say is I'll have to show it to you like this. Your dreams are manifesting right now. See how that came up? So I can't answer like having a bigger family. Am I gonna have a baby? Because I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
Oh, well, no, I'm way past those years.
Yeah.
But we have several kids, and our first grandchild is on the way, actually.
Right.
He's due to be here in just a couple of weeks.
Oh,
But it feels
love
like,
grandma.
I know, I'm gonna be the first time grandma. I'm so excited. This is like, I have goosebumps. I cannot hit a store without thinking, oh my goodness, this baby needs everything.
Yeah.
I love it. I just love all of this baby stuff right now.
Yeah.
But
you remember that old sitcom, 8 is Enough? It's not.
yes.
It's just not enough in your household. It's not.
I know. Well, me and my husband have the 4 kids between us.
Mhm.
And so we plan on having very, very many grandchildren. We're very excited about that. Eventually, it'll happen down the road. But we were discussing like, what if some of our kids want to move home
Yeah.
and things like that. And so we wanted to make sure that the home that we get is big enough for any of them. I know I had to move home once or twice. And so that was another big idea was, do we get a house that fits us now, or do we get a house that's bigger in case our kids want to come home eventually?
Well, it's always good to have a backup plan for the kids. Honestly, it is. And I do feel like there will be children that come home and then they'll have children that stay home with them. So you all will be in a great big house together. You truly will. So, I mean, plan for big, because 8, they clearly did show me that old sitcom, 8 is Enough. And
That's amazing. So is there anything that you're feeling, anything that you're feeling towards me, or advice, or anything that might be trying to channel through?
Well, the only thing, as we were talking here, I was tuning into more of your spiritual realm with people that are in spirit for you. And I was picking up a child spirit that was probably maybe your child spirit or something. I don't want to go into, it's not medical, but I want to go into things like if you have a child that's in spirit, maybe perhaps a child that didn't make it. I do feel a presence of a child that's a boy around you. I don't feel like he's coming in. I don't feel like he's coming to say, I'm swooping down and I'm coming into the family, but I do feel like it's residual energy, like past energy. Does that make sense to you?
Kind of. I'm trying to think, and I'm thinking it all right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I lost my cousin when we were very young. We were close.
Yeah.
We were teenagers, and he drowned.
Yes.
And so,
yeah,
I didn't know. Does that fit in there somehow?
It does. I feel like it does. I truly feel like it does, because he's been with you for quite some time, and he's the one that kind of has the hands like this, but the heart and the rainbow's coming out. And he's the one that has been giving you all of your ideas and your inspirations, and how, I'm so sorry. One moment. He's really here. Like, you can see my skin. It's all like pumped up. But there's also he has been with you for quite some time, but he says that, remember when he was with you when you did the stage thing, one of the kids' stage things or your stage things, where there was glitter, but there was gold, like shimmery. I used to be a hippie, honey. Well, how we used to have those things in our doorways, like in our college dorms and stuff, and they would be like streamers, and we'd walk through them and woohoo, we're here. He remembers that, but it was on a stage where all of the streamers came down and they were all gold. And he said that he was there with you. You were probably 27, 28, something like that when that time frame happened. But he has been with you. He says that he's been watching you like a movie. He's been watching your life like a movie this whole entire time. And he has been really wanting you to tell him what you need, not what you want, but verbally tell him what you need. It's very important that you just kind of take some quiet time and, let him know. Now, how is George connected to you? That wasn't his name, was it?
No, that was my mom's dad's name.
Okay, because he's with George. I heard George. And I don't know whether he's saying George is here. I'm here with George, but I did hear George. So that would have been your mom's dad's. That would have been what, your grandfather then?
Yeah.
Okay, well, is he still alive?
Yes.
Because somebody in spirit realm's named George that that your friend that drowned is with? Well, no, what's your friend's first name? Your
Well,
cousin,
it was my cousin Matt that died.
Matt. Okay, now there's got to be another George in the family that Matt is with. There has to be, because I heard it. I heard George come through 100%. And they're there. They're together.
I'm trying to think about Jerry. Would Jerry be it?
It was George. I'm sorry.
George. I'm just trying to think.
It'll hit.
We grew up so far away from the family.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of family that I don't know.
Yeah, it'll hit you later. It will. But, you know, for now, just make sure that later, even if it's not today, maybe tomorrow, the next day, let Matt know, hey, I'm here. I know you're here. I know you want me to talk to you, and I will talk to you. This is what I need. I need you to help me pick the best location that's going to bring a lot of prosperity, abundance, peace, tranquility, harmony to me and my family, so we can, you know, and safety, protection, all of that stuff. You want him to be able to kind of be the dart that you're going to throw at the map. Let him guide you.
What about a Jeff? Is there a Jeff in there anywhere? By any chance?
In the spirit realm? Spirits, can you please show me 100% if there is Jeff in spirit that is with Amy right now? Yes. It's swaying back and forth from side to side for me is yes. Front to front is no. So yes, Jeff is with you. Is there anything that you want to ask him that I could?
Sorry.
It's okay. This is tough.
Do I make you proud? That's a big one.
He says yes, but he says he's sorry he wasn't always there. He says he wasn't always there. He's always on retreat. He was always somewhere else. And he says, yes, you do. And he says, your flame in your heart is very big. You're like a wildfire. Once you get lit, you just keep going, and you have made him proud. Yes. Now, is that coming in on Jeff is coming? Who's Patricia?
I'm not sure.
Okay, because I heard Patricia.
My dad died when I was little.
Mhm.
Jeff is my dad.
Yeah.
And I was very little when he died.
Mhm.
And when we moved away, like my mom and my siblings, we moved away. And so I really don't know a lot of our extended family.
That's it. When it's time for you to know, you'll know. You will. It'll just happen. That information will come to you, and it'll just come to you right in your lap. It truly will. But I do feel like, yes, he is very proud of you. He has walked with you. I feel like there's something that happened to him up here. Like my head is, I feel like I'm just fading. You know what I mean? Like I'm very foggy, like something happened up in my head or something. I'm not like I lost consciousness or something like that. I'm very, very lightheaded when I tune in to Jeff. And I heard Patricia come through this ear, which is right. So it could be on Dad's mom's side of the family. Maybe look there for the Patricia or the Patty or something like that.
He died in a car accident.
Did he hit his head?
I'm not sure. Okay. I was really little.
Right.
I know he had damage inside, like with internal bleeding.
Okay.
But I was little, so I really don't know a lot.
Yeah. Now, is there something to do with him in Florida, or is that you?
Neither one.
Okay. There's something coming up with Florida from his energy, and I'm not sure exactly where that's coming from, but it's definitely there. Oh boy. Okay. So, so is there other specific things you need me to look at?
My mind is just blown right now. I just sent a message to my mom because I know that my grandma had a son that passed.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to think of his name as George.
Yeah.
I know that there was another boy that had passed as my cousin, and he was Robbie. But I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember all the names. I know that my grandma had a son that passed. My uncle had a son that passed. My grandma had 2 sons that passed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of death in our family that happened at very young ages. Like my dad was 26, and my uncle I think was 23, and my cousin was only 16. And so there was a lot of young male death. And I know that one of the boys died when they were very little, like infant, and another one when he was like 8
Like
or 9.
Paul. Yeah. Like the
And
baby.
so,
Like the little baby. Yeah.
and I'm trying to put all these names together and try to remember stuff, because all that was like a lifetime ago
Mm.
that anybody has even talked about it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to figure it all out. Like my heart's beating so fast right now. It's just also, it's so exciting just to hear it all.
Good. But don't, it'll hit you later. It will, don't focus on the names and try to make the connection now. It might hit you 2-3 days from now, and then you'll just be like, oh. And then when it happens, just say, hey, I get it now. I get it. I understand. I know you're here. Nice to finally understand and meet you. So walk with me, talk with me, guide me. I'm, all of those things that you want to do, because remember, our ancestors, even though they are in the spirit realm, they are still our guardian angels. I mean, that is still very much something that is very true. And it is, the afterlife is a real thing. It isn't something that we want to believe to make ourselves feel better. There are very big studies that happen, and there are very major confirmations that happen that truly allow us to understand that even though our energy leaves our body and it transmits to a different kind of form, that we are still able to communicate to our loved ones that here are on earth, and we can talk to them all day long, but it's sometimes difficult for us to hear them. That's why, there's, certain types of psychics, mediums, paranormal equipment and stuff like that we can use and actually order to hear our deceased loved ones in real time. So
I know, it's so amazing. My mind is so blown right now. Just the whole thing.
But Matt was telling me something about the Ozzy concert. I just keep feeling like Bark at the Moon. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry.
Matt was supposed to go to an Ozzy concert with his dad and a couple of his friends, and he died. And my uncle gave me his ticket to go, and I wasn't supposed to go. I ran away to go to this concert because it was such a big deal. Oh my goodness!
Guess what, Amy? He was there.
That was so exciting. That was just, oh my goodness. That was the best thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I normally, Amy, you're killing me. But it's coming through. It is. But he was there with you when that happened. 100%. He was 100% with you.
Holy cow! That was wow.
Were you like, bark at the moon?
No,
because that's big deal.
That is so amazing. Oh my goodness, that is I cannot wait to call my mom after this. That is just, I was in so much trouble. My mom was so upset, but I had to go.
Yeah,
I had to. So
well, yeah.
I mean, we were just kids, and that was the only concert I've ever been to. And it was Ozzy, and it was just amazing. It was an experience.
Good. Yeah,
wow.
He's 100 and 100%. He's 100 round, all with you.
I've had so many dreams about him that are like, Matt, you're dead. Why are you here? Because he's always been. It's like he's grown up. He's not the same as what he was when he died. He's always grown up, but
Right.
We're always in my dreams in places where we were when we were kids, but we're both grown up. It's the weirdest thing.
Well, see, that's actually his energy coming to you from the spirit realm, and he's actually taking you to those different groups. You got to think of dimensions, like the afterlife, like a record. We have A and B side. And then there's those little groups, you take the needle and put it to different songs. He's actually taking you to different time frames. So you probably have been waking up very lethargic, very tired, not really wanting to do much of anything other than chill, because he's actually coming to you to take you and port you to the spirit world so you can have those memories again.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever going to leave you. I don't, I really don't think he's ever leaving you at all. I feel like he's going to be, walking with you for quite a long time. Yeah.
I can't believe that you just said that. That's the craziest thing. My mind is completely blown right now.
Yeah. I'm sorry I made you
wow.
cry. That makes me sad to make you cry. I know it's a good cry, but
it's a good cry.
It hurts me to see someone cry. It's just, I'm a pretty big empath. It makes me feel sadness and anxiety.
No, it's just, it's not a bad thing. It is just I've thought about it so many times throughout the years, but I just didn't think that we would, I mean, we were cousins, we weren't brother and sister or anything. So I was always just thinking that, why would I have the connection is what I was thinking. But it's just crazy that.
Yeah, he loves you. I mean, you when he transitioned at the young age, you two were best friends, even though you may not have felt like it, but you were best friends,
He was the coolest thing ever. He was like the coolest kid.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it right now. So is there anything else that you can blow my mind with? I'm beside myself and speechless. I can't even think of anything.
The only other thing that I was hearing, and I don't even remember who I heard it from because you and I just went somewhere else. I bet you that happens a lot with you, doesn't it? It's just like you're talking to a year-old squirrel. But
I was blaming on the age.
But there was a lady, and I don't remember what her name was. And I don't even remember what side she was coming in. But she was saying that your new unselfishness is going to renew you. You're not being selfish anymore. So obviously there was a great big mountain where you had to put your boots down and say, it's about me. It's all about me right now and everybody else. But you've gone through that. You've actually come over that hurdle. You've come over that mountain. And now you don't have to be so selfish anymore. You don't have to tuck your heart back up in your sleeve. You don't have to put the crossbones over your chest to protect yourself. So whoever betrayed you, know that it's 100% better. And I bet you any money they're not going to put their hands on the stove to get burned again. Because what happened with the wrath of you and the stuff that you were putting out, not even like verbally, but just the energy, I think you taught somebody a lesson, and then you taught yourself, I have to be selfish for a little bit to heal from this and balance from this. And now it's all brand spanking new. It's all good now. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not sure where that was coming from. I do apologize because we just totally got sidetracked there for a minute. Can't hear you, Carly.
I was so excited. I forgot to unmute myself. I was just saying that was a wonderful reading. That was had to have been amazing to reach your cousin like that. And I can't even imagine. So I'm so happy that Kerrigan was able to be here with you. And Amy, we still have a couple of minutes. I don't know if you have any last minute thoughts or if you just want to tell people, what you thought of this reading, that people might be skeptical or have reservations about having their first call with a psychic.
This is amazing. This is my first face-to-face, and I'm blown away. Just things like the connection with moving to the East Coast. I already live on the East Coast, where I'm definitely planning on staying here. And like in this area, we just weren't really sure because we could have moved. There's just a couple of options. But this is where we are. And so I like being here. And the Ozzy concert, that's not something that I never broadcasted. I mean, that's just, I ran away to that concert. That was a very special time. And I met some of the best people in my life during that period in my life. And it was, my mind is just blown right now. I cannot wait till I can go call my mom. That's like the first call I'm going to make. Is like, you're not going to believe this. I'm hoping that she's watching. I'm not sure if she's watching or not, but holy cow, this is just, it's amazing. I mean, for like no skepticism, like no skeptical anything. I'm probably, this is going to be like my new go-to for anything that I have on my mind. Is like, nope, I'm going to have to call Kerrigan back. I got questions. This is just amazing.
Well, that makes me so happy.
And thank you so much. Thank you for helping me see through that, because there's been a lot of confusing times and so many questions, and it's really brought light to a lot of different things.
You're welcome. Yes.
I think we talked about just about everything.
Well, if anything pops up, you know where to turn. But thank you again, Amy, so much. We really appreciate having you, and we'll let you go and we'll start answering questions from the audience.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, she was great. That was awesome.
Yeah. Whew.
I know. Now we have to just like zen out and take some deep breaths, and we'll move on to some other people. And I appreciate everyone for sticking around. We had about between 130 to 150 people kind of bouncing around, watching on all of our different platforms. We really appreciate you being here, and we're going to start answering your questions. So keep them coming. Shane Lee says, will I reconcile with Dominique?
It's going to be a while, Shane. And you have to, they're saying that you have to pull your energy back. You have to live your life for you all the way through August and part of September before that energy can roll out to where it's balanced enough for both of you to have like rebuild, refresh, restart communication, positive flow of communication. And the reason being is it's just that Dominique's all over the place right now. It wouldn't be, it's almost like packing, metaphorically, this is what the energy feels like. It's like packing for a trip, and I've got to do this, the sky's falling, the sky's falling. You're not going to get the attention that you're looking for to have a nice, centered, grounded, balanced conversation to jumpstart what could, happen here in the future. So just hold your horses a little bit longer.
Nice. I usually bounce back between Facebook and YouTube, but this next one on Facebook was really interesting. I wanted to point out. Dawn Fletcher says, my cousin Connor and I are incredibly close. Did we know each other in past lives?
Dawn and Connor and Connor. Oh, let's just ask the pendulum. Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right, spirits. Did Dawn and Connor know each other in past life? Yes. See? Yes. Whoa, 100%. Wow, that's really fast. Yes. Okay, stop. Hold on. Let me just. Were they associated in the United States in a past life? Yes. Yes, they were. So, yes, one of your last lives, one of your past lives, Dawn, was with Connor, and it was in the United States. I'm sure there was other ones prior to that as well. Because you both look alike, too. I can feel like I'm looking at both of you, and you look alike.
Huh. Past lives fascinate me so much. Let's see, we have interesting one here. The screen name will Kim Akosabi. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I feel lost. I plan on making a move, but what city state will I flourish in?
You have to stay in the city. You do. New England is first gut feeling. So major city in New England is really where I feel like you need to be. Although you do need a lot of sun, New England is cold and there's snow, but the spirit's saying something to do with New England, so I got to go with that. And you can always go back and forth to vacation to soak up the sun, but I feel very strong to New England here. That's where you can do your art, your fashion. That's where you can do that's where your networking and your successes. in the arts.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
This one is from Sarav. May I have a message for my father, Mukesh?
Excuse me. I don't know if that's him or me. It's divine timing, 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 timing. Why are you pushing it? Why are you trying to force the pieces of the puzzle together? He's very stern with love, caring with love, but he's like, no, no more. No more. No more pushing the pieces of the puzzle. Listen to me now, is what he says. You listen to me now. And what he means by that is listen from head to toe. When you get sensations and you have this overwhelming feelings, it's actually him speaking through you. Not that he's overtaking your body, your family, he loves you, he's not going to harm you. But it is definitely him trying to guide you, trying to lead you to where you need to be. And it's not working for you the way that you want it to, and you push harder and you push harder. Sometimes you just gotta, take your hands off the metaphorical wheel and just let that shit be driven, just let it drive itself. And trust the process. I know that's so easy to say and so hard to do, but it's the truth. Sometimes you just have to step back. The other thing is too, a good example of that, and I'm not sure how this is associated to you, but I'm pretty sure somehow it is because of hearing it, is that, if you want to be with somebody and you keep wanting to be with somebody, you can't force them to be with you. Can't do it. But as soon as you forget about it, guess what happens? Poof, people show up. It's like if you keep focusing and focusing and focusing on it, you're actually sending that energy away from it instead of accepting the fact, let me just chill out here for a second, sit back and, have that faith-based system and still do my meditation, still do my prayers, still do all of that stuff, but still at the same time, understand that in perfect time and in perfect trust, it will happen. So perfect time, perfect trust, not pushing things to happen. You've already planted the seeds. You've already built the foundation. You just kind of got to wait for the construction to finish,
Makes sense. Shaw123 says, could you please look into my wife, Kieran, and I, if we are going to reconcile?
Not for a while. I heard that right in the beginning, and it's coming in from right over here in my left ear, not for a while. And the reason is because Kieran has lessons, major life lessons, like being selfish, my needs first, me. It's like singing in the coming up at church on Sunday morning, me, but that's where that is. And shop 1, 2, 3. You need somebody that's going to equally put out as much energy as you put in. Even though you're putting out 180% energy, you need to dial it down a little bit. You have to, because you can't always, give everybody both of your arms. How you feed yourself? You see what I mean? Important. But it's going to be a while, but it'll be a while. And turn your volume button down a little bit. You don't have to always give and give and give to please. You don't. You calm, sis. Because even when you were little, like 6, 7, 8, cutest little kid, I can see it. But then, people, you always still try to fit in, and you conform to the norms of what you thought other kids wanted you to do. No more. You are you, and you be proud to be you. And if somebody wants to be with you, it's because they want to be with you. You don't have to conform or play a juggling act to make them like you or give them pretty presents, or you don't have to do that anymore. No more.
Nice. We have a question from Beth. Is there a future for Dave and I?
Yes, there is, but you're looking at fall before like those lines of communication open back up. Beth, listen, you got to keep your guard up though, because you're still working on letting your kryptonite, like we got to get some kryptonite blasted with the Ghostbusters on your wall here, because you're tough, tough person, but don't be so tough to where you miss opportunities with Dave, with new friends, with new opportunities and stuff like that because of, the not so nice people that, you cared about. Okay. But yeah, it will work its way out. It will. Just work on your walls a little bit more.
Before we go on to the next question, I wanted to tell some people that are watching now, let's see, 132, ooh, and climbing. People like Grace and Melissa Lynn and Allison Gill and Aaron Smith. Thank you all so much for joining us. We have a promo code down below, Amy10. This is Amy's promo code. It adds $10 extra to new customer accounts. So if you've never gotten a reading from California Psychics before, create an account today. And once you choose your package, you can get an extra $10 if you put Amy10 in the promo code field. That could be 10 extra minutes with a $1 a minute psychic. So I really, really encourage anyone that has never gotten a reading before to use Amy10 before it is too late. And then also before we go to the next question, I just wanted to point out we have a couple people that are maybe new because they're asking questions that we can't answer. So I just want to reiterate, we won't be able to answer any questions about pregnancy or sickness, health, legal questions. But if you have questions about your career or a deceased loved one, a past life, all those questions are up for game. And Kerrigan, I know, loves a lot of mediumship questions, anything like that. She's happy to answer, but we got to stick on the track of, no health or legal questions. And let's go to the next question. Lauren says, I'm in a spot in my career that I've worked hard to get to, but it seems to be an issue after issue. When are things going to get easier?
They show me around Thanksgiving time frame. And I know you don't want to hear that because we got to get through August, September, October. But you know what? That August is going to go by quick because it's summer. Okay. And it will be easier. When we get into September, you're going to be focused. Your focus will shift. So it's not going to feel like it's so tough on you at work. But it's definitely going to shift. Now, I did hear a name, Richard, coming in. I think it has to do something with work, or it could be a Richard that's going to be offering you a new opportunity. I heard it right here. So don't go look for it. Don't be like Winnie on Hocus Pocus and woo-wah-woo go out there for everybody. Don't do that. Okay. Like children. Don't do that. And the reason why that came through is because I really feel like the timeline is that Halloween time frame where it's 100% balanced, because I can actually feel like I'm out trick-or-treating. But if you hear the name Richard, let me reel myself back in here for a minute. If you hear that name, pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to how you feel, smell, taste, see, chills, anything like that, because that's going to get you somewhere. I feel like it's probably somebody at work, or it is somehow work related, but it is definitely coming through with that. The other thing that they're saying is you do have a great, big, strong support system. So nobody, in your inner circle, your very small, trusted circle, is going to let you fall. People are going to lift you back up. And you do have a few friends that you could, just vent to and scream to. And, and you do have a few friends that you can go out with and have some good times with, laughs and whatever's, that type of thing, to kind of band-aid it until we get to that pivotal point where you are really feeling your best and everything starts to balance out. Bottom line, yes, it'll balance out. Don't give up. Don't you dare walk out the door. I know I'm going to tell you something. They're not going to walk you out the door either. So no worries there. Whew. Okay.
This next one comes from Nisa over on YouTube. Do you see any changes coming in for me? And do you see my mother, Paula, around me?
Changes with love, yes. Stability, a lot more stability. A spike in energy of love, 100%. I feel a lot of like empowerment, feminine energy. So either there's new females coming in, something like that. But it's all girl. It's good. But the love is good. With mom's name's Paula, right? I don't know if you're wearing a skirt, or if you are right now, or you did yesterday, something like that. But she says that the skirt was very nice. I did hear that 100%. But keep something about keeping it flowing, keeping everything flowing. And there's something to do with little Missy, something with Missy. I'm not sure what that means. I hope that makes sense to you. But it's mom is with you. I don't feel like she's going anywhere. Not at all. Be careful breaking more dishes. You don't mean it, but be careful breaking more dishes. You were tired. You were too clumsy, she says. Something about Reyes. I think it's different language, but Reyes. I heard that name. I could be mispronouncing it. I speak English. I'm sorry, little Italian, but not like that. I never heard that before.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Yeah, Nisa, if any of that rings true for you, send us some confirmations. And if you have any follow-up questions, Kerrigan, when will you be on the line this week?
I'm doing a lot of chat. A lot of it. Like, I'm really doing a lot of chat. I think I come back on for a couple hours on Wednesday.
Okay.
I think it's just like an hour a day for the rest of the week starting Wednesday.
Nice. And then for anyone that isn't familiar, we do have a wonderful chat feature on our in our app. You can, instead of having a phone call, you can just have like a text message chat. They're really fast and usually good for direct questions to the point. Really gets you those quick answers. So I highly recommend chat, and it sounds like Kerrigan will be available for that.
And the cool thing about your chat too is I think they can still transcribe it, so you can actually print it out and see it. That helps. That helps a lot.
It really does. I've gotten chat readings before. I actually prefer those even more sometimes to the phone call because of that same reason. I don't have to worry about taking notes because it's all there.
Right. Yep.
Yes. Our next question is from Angela. I had a dream about a guy last night that I never met before. What does this mean?
That could mean two things. First gut feeling that I felt was you are channeling. You are in the spirit realm, and there was somebody out there that was in trouble, and you somehow picked up on that energy, and your energy is pure. It is of love. It is of light. It is of God. And this person needed that energy. I don't feel like it's the Prince Charming coming in, even though I do feel like you want a Prince Charming to kind of, fluff your feathers. Who doesn't? You know what I mean? Who doesn't? But it's there. I do feel like you tapped into some kind of a healing, spiritual vibe, and this person was probably, they needed prayer. And you know how prayer warriors are. I mean, when people, like my mom and all the church ladies, when they start praying, you cannot believe the miracles that happen. And I do know that a lot of the women that I work with, when there's big prayers going on, sometimes they do see people that need prayer. I really feel like that's what it was. So you keep being that, you just keep being you. You keep being you. And as for things moving forward later here in life for you, to where you have something exciting to say and you feel like something is accomplished, or you reach that higher level of yourself, that's going to happen. No worries there. It's just right now you're needed to put that good energy out for the greater of humanity right now, for some specific person that I think you saw.
That's awesome. Next one comes from Charmaine. Hello, Kerrigan. Did Jason move out of the Lakeisha house yet? And is Jason still coming back to me, and when?
Oh, Charmaine. I don't like him. I'm sorry. I'm not being negative. I just feel like you can do so much better. I truly do. Did he move out? Yeah, because he's out and about and he's scattered. You know what I mean? It's like his energy's fading. I don't like it. He's all over everywhere. Just trying to do him. Okay, I don't like it. Very self-serving. When he does try to come back, I do feel like it'll be a crisis situation, and you need to have all your boundaries set up, and don't believe a word that he says. Not just yet. Make him show you. Because he's already betrayed you. He's already hurt you. What's the point? I love you. I mean that. I'm being very straightforward with you because I don't want you to be bamboozled when he tries to put the charm on you. I love you. How you doing? I've been thinking about you. It'd be like on Beauty and the Beast, Gaston. No, we're not playing that. No, no. Because when he comes back, it's going to be fake. It will be fake. And I don't want to bust your bubble of hope. I don't, but you deserve better than him. And I don't know who it is in spirit, but I heard the name Rose, and I don't know if that's with you or just maybe my Aunt Rose. I don't know, but I heard the name Rose, and she says, remember your roots, and remember you're better than that. Remember you're better than that. You weren't raised to take seconds. You weren't raised to play like you weren't. Sorry, woman. You weren't raised to play second fiddle. You're first. He hasn't.
Message.
Yeah, he hasn't treated you first at all. He treats himself first. That's no good.
No, you really did not. And you're like, no. That was an easy answer. And before we go on to the next question, we only have 10 minutes left. Man, where's time gone? It's going by so fast.
It has. Wow.
I know. We have 10 minutes left, but I wanted to tell everyone that's listening about Karma Rewards. It's our loyalty program, Karma Rewards. Just a reminder that a lot of people don't know, you can get a free birth chart with the free Karma Rewards program. That's like, I think it says like a $35, $40 valued right there. It's free to sign up. You can sign up if you are a new customer or an existing customer. If you have never signed up for Karma Rewards before, you also qualify to get an extra $20 added to your account. See, on top of the $10, that's $30 right there we're giving away if you've never gotten a Karma Rewards account. So make sure you sign up. New customer or old customer will take you, and you get lots of bonuses too. So you get the free birth chart. You can get double points on different Karma Rewards days. The more points you earn, the more discounts you get on future readings. So it's a great program. And if you want to learn more about it, just go to our website and look at the top right corner where it talks about Karma Rewards. But I know we have 9 minutes left now, so let's see who we can get to next. Let's see. Aquasol X. Hey, Kerrigan, Margaret. There we go. I hate when I have the username. I was like, I'm not sure how to say that. I'm Margaret. Is my son, Tyreek, coming back home this year from college, or is he going to stay with my mom, Sophia, and go to college?
He's going to stay with Sophia. He is. He's going to stay with mom. He'll be home to visit, but he won't be there to, where you have to clean up his laundry and clean up after him. So that's a good thing, right?
Definitely. Sona says, when will I get a job with KP, and is the gym guy the one for me?
I'm going to give you a 50% feel here because I need what is KP, and I need a name of the gym guy. Sana, you're going to have to continue to look for some work. You are. And that's what I'm picking up really from my gut. And cognitively, psychically from my third eye. The gym guy, again, without a first name, yeah. I don't feel there's a lot of energy there. Let's just say his name was John. Even if it was, I just don't feel like there's a lot of energy there. I don't. I feel like where you're heading, where you're going when it comes to love and relationship with somebody, it is somebody that is athletic, but I don't feel like they work in the gym. I feel like maybe they work out, or they are a public servant, whether a fire department person, police officer, military, something like that. But I don't feel like they get a paycheck from a gymnasium or a workout gym.
Yeah. Angelica says, I was recently in a relationship with a guy named Andy. We broke up a couple of days ago. We still have feelings for each other, but there is immaturity. Will we ever go back together?
Well, take your time with that, Angelica, because with Andy, he does have some growing up to do. He does. And you're way more spiritual than he is and way more mature. And I'm not being mean, I'm just being honest. There are some life lessons that you've grasped, and there's some life lessons that he's grasped, but the ones that you've grasped have really buckled you down to where you want to start to build a life with somebody on a higher level of responsibility of adulthood, where he's still free, and there's nothing wrong with him being free, but that's not what you need right now. You need that stability and that growth and those Post-it notes to say that this is where I'm going. This is my milestone. Cross that off. Next, cross it off. Next. And you need a partner to help you do that. And he's so like, oh, wow, check out this awesome new song. Oh, let's go here. Whoa, let's check this out. You know what I mean? And that's great, but that's not what you need. So give him time. Don't stop, pause your life on him. Don't make sure that he, make sure you live your life, as on Pose, it said the category is live, and you've got to live. Okay. You have to live throughout this course until Andy gets a little bit more buttoned up, zips himself up, ties his shoes, gets his umbrella in case it rains, and then you can look at it again.
That's cute. Jennifer says, Kerrigan, I passed my boards last February and I'm waiting for a move up. Do you see a promotion soon?
So you passed the boards in February and you're waiting to move up. Yeah, I do. You're looking at, again, you're looking around October 14, 15, 16, somewhere in that neck of the woods. Whichever one, the 14, 15, 16, falls on a day, like not a weekend, but the day, that's probably the closest I can get to it for you. Because I saw it and I heard it.
Shelly says, can you connect with my grandma, Barbara? Does she have anything for me?
Shelly, Barbara. The thing that I'm picking up right here with connection to Shelly and Barbara in spirit realm is there's a dog with flappy ears. I don't know if both of you had the dog or if it was her dog or your dog or if you have it now or if it's in spirit, but these were good times. Very lightheaded. I feel like I'm about to vomit, to be honest with you, physically me. So I'm not sure if those were symptomologies that she had before she transitioned, but I do see a light coming through here. There was, excuse me, I'm so sorry. There is angelic presence here. She's okay. She's okay. She's all right. She's okay. The thing that they show me here in the spirit house, in the spirit realm, is she is in a it's like a 2-story house, and it's rural. It's not city. It's not in the city. It's out in, like, I don't want to say a suburb, and I don't want to say a farm. It's kind of on that in between. But she is with you, Shelly, 100%. She also, I feel like you're not sleeping well is what I'm picking up. And you used to blow bubbles when you were little too with the pink bubble blower thing. I saw that. But she says you're not sleeping well. You have to get back to being a child again, feeling that innocent childlike energy again, so you can start to soothe and calm from head to toe. I think you have there's a little boy coming through that loves the Flash.
Oh.
He's here. He's not in spirit. He's here. Change your light bulb in your bedroom, she says.
She has lots of messages.
It's
so cute.
Yeah, I'll leave you with that.
Yeah, and one last thing before I forget, we still have time for one more question, but we have a giveaway on our social media channels. So on our Facebook, our Instagram, Twitter, you can find it. It's pinned to the top. If you go to any of those 3 platforms, we have a giveaway. It's called the In Your Feels giveaway. It's all about connecting to your emotions, and we're giving away a Moonstone Worry Stone, a Tarot deck, a self-care journal, and I'm trying to think of all of them. We have lots of prizes. And what's the last one? Why is it? Oh yes, a coloring book. It's an adult coloring book with nice, spunky affirmations to get you through your day, because adults need to get back to their childlike feels as well. So yeah, go to our Facebook, our Instagram, or our Twitter, and you can enter. All you have to do is tag a friend in the comments and like and share the post, and you're entered to win. That easy. Okay, we have 1 minute left. Who is the lucky winner going to be? Michelle. What does my grandmother Mary need to tell me?
I feel like I want to pray. And I feel like you have to pray for other people, not because people, she's with you, but you're praying for other people. You're trying to put out a lot of positive energy and balance and wishful thinking of good joy to other people. And she says, continue to do that. She says, the office work is okay. She says, don't sweat it. I'm not sure what that means, but that's what she said. She says that you are moving forward, and it's almost like you're playing checkers with people, but you will always win. She says, you will win. I heard the name Alice. I did hear that name. But she wants you to know that she is with you, and you have to talk to her. She's asking for you to talk to her like in the morning, like when you wake up, like when you're getting ready, when you're driving, when you're fresh in your mind. That's when she'd like for you to tell her what you need, because it's important, Michelle, that she understands clearly what you need in order to help you the most. She says that your heart is very kind. She did instill those values upon you, but when the sunflowers are the largest, that's when you will be at your peak, is what she says. So when it's time to harvest the sunflowers, which normally, I was an East Coast girl, so on the East Coast, that's what, mid-September, October, sometime like that. That's when you will be at your peak. You will definitely be at your peak.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you so much, Kerrigan. This was an exciting live, and I hope it benefited a lot of people. I hope we couldn't get to everyone's questions. We get thousands of questions now on these lives. They're so popular, but we appreciate everyone for watching, and come back next week, and we'll be here again and answering more people's questions. Next week, we'll have the full hour too, and no one will be getting a reading. So everyone, we'll see you next week. And Kerrigan, thank you so much, as always, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.